program, the idea we brought, and then the following day, there's a guy there, Ben. If we can come and record the vocals with him for the 2 songs he has programmed, then he will look at when he can mix it. That's it. He cannot work on anything.
Heat bar.
Yeah. I'm talking about Mesanawa.
So the book record Messanaba.
So I called Nana Kwame, who was in dire need of a feature. I called Yogi Dogi. I called Mary Japan. Then boom. The night of the next day, we recorded 2 songs. One never came out. It was still with Mark. Well, mixing until that mixing a release the album Neri. And it was on a DAT.
Okay.
So that DAT was left with Mark. We never released that song.
Movie Jawa. And I didn't know featuring.
No, that one was just Menekwan.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. And he started promo no yeah, before. They could try cities no London buy. Yeah, the city the money appoint him so more because Brebro buying money was labor. Open for me out to more way near Sabaso.
And the heat woman.
And then the heat to you been more shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mom you Dania who are better tan.
I didn't know person will promote to a cry.
They eventually made it a hit.
I'm off when they decided.
Yeah, the DJs. See, sometimes you buy a mouth full CD.
Yeah.
You don't know a choice to play anything. But to be a tantana, Gabiagete tantana, come se fakai tant, obia. As you do?
And a facade, many. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. This is the Loud Lounge. My name is DJ Slim, and my next guest needs no introduction. In fact, come on, I start to cry and they acquaint him in a more professional and digital way. What I say? Well, I don't know where to start from, but I can say he's a man born with stars in a grand star. Because if I talk about his career, when it comes to radio, different. I mean, he's reached the top level when it comes to radio and media. I mean, when I talk about artistry, the real art, the art and science of music, the man has reached top level. In fact, multiple award-winning artists. In fact, if I talk about performances as well, first duo to perform in the Apollo, ladies and gentlemen, I say apart from taxi drivers, truck drivers, if you are holding a car steer where you be non-commercial, just park and put your tools together for Quophi Okyeame. In the building. Yeah. Legend is up in the building, man. Charlie. Conversation way, I did my train for God knows how long, because when I started my radio career, most of the people that will call on the show say I sound like Okyeame Quophi. And it was true because in Kofana me tea more radio. So growing up, you were part of it. In fact, me tea war Love FM. Me said tea war Fox FM.
Yeah.
And this is like my early radio days. Now my try rap and fat.
DJ Slave. It didn't so they can fatal.
Sometimes near frame biggie.
It's so fatal. What do you didn't have
this didn't have fat.
The younger.
Me the beginning realm about amfa.
Oh.
It's me dog rap no to nchen kakra. So
that rhymes ninya na.
Now me boys and as no more gassing me in the wrong direction. I didn't not rap and fan on person me say fan there. It has who pay ni pema.
Attitude no ho.
Vim no ni bibi. Yeah, and no person use but last hour who said Jack and Wame. Skills wait to be to bills. Very true, but then I was listening to it because my Kai said the first time that my dad bought me a radio set, not Capital Radio, and that was later on Love FM, but then I was listening a lot to Capital.
Yeah, but to Capital in the era of Kosias, Loving C was the morning show host. Patty Dabs.
The Wings of Love was a Caravan of Love. What was it?
Caravan of Love. It was a late night show.
Nee, brutal.
And I could recall everybody was there. That was there.
Heavy D.
Kafui D.
Yes. Raskaf. Oh. Now radio, and it sounded so clear. So like in your attention. And
me compare you man
compared to
Mrs.
capital.
Adjuma one family.
Hey, and then me know story back.
Oh, sir.
Me call.
Share. Na me sagging pants bi ne shirt bi ni boot am de kwatena ho se me ko interview. Omo ntimi so omo family. Anya me je die.
Omo babos what to feel.
Akata sem Jimmy Ngwa.
But this is at what age?
That was I probably was 1920.
19 to 20 years.
Yeah.
And how did you take it this opportunity? Like
yeah. I went there. Physical, not spiritual.
Physical.
So I wanted to be on radio. They interviewed me and everything, and Mrs. Hajma was like, "Nah, you are too young."
So which one came first for you? Music or radio?
Radio.
Radio in a bar first.
I was a radio presenter before.
Before
Achame, yes.
It just started journey and started way. Radio started way.
Ken USD Continental Radio. Kwame Dinka Luther King days. Yeah, but I wasn't a student.
Oh, okay.
I just lived at Kenton Chrono at that time, and I knew Kwame.
Okay.
And Kwame was also into building transmitters, trying to start a radio station because we had the same passion.
Okay.
So, and you know, I told you earlier that a friend of mine, Mini Pan, he had the video sender. We had to create a radio station for ourselves and broadcast to the community at a very early age.
Creative transmitter decided someone will be operation.
Oh, yeah. It me broadcast it to about 10 houses in that circumference there. Yeah. And at that time, we got a regulation anyway. You know, I'm talking about 90s. There about
90s.
Yeah. And Kwame and I, but Kwame, we got to know about Kwame into detail when this Okyeame started from the ground.
Okay.
When we were like household name in the community. Okay. But we had not gone national.
Okay.
Because
we're doing a lot of community.
Now Kwame now tie vibe no say akwa
also day run.
Jack, a boss that time we are microphone continent school. But who was learning and that's how I started. So I will walk from Kenton Chrono straight to Continental.
Okay.
I was there with Lord Kenya actually. Now Lord Kenya super so a radio presenter.
Now Lord Kenya so back Continental Obi.
Oh no, back on.
Wow. Wow.
And no any cranium, then I'll do the radio. I wasn't being paid nothing. I remember the show name. It was called Top Tracks.
Top Tracks, okay.
Top
on
Tracks,
Continental.
So I was playing the hit songs here.
And Continental is 96.1. Now Angel FM.
Yeah. So a woman near the Koye performance. I was Kumasi Polytechnic.
Okay.
A friend of ours, Tanda, he died. God rest him. No, it was Sister Lulu, because Tanda was a rapper. Onininia Janelle. Were rappers and we were friends.
Okay.
Internet sister was graduating. I think she majored in fashion.
Okay.
Lulu. And Lulu put together like end of year show for the fashion students for them to display what they could do. And then we got an invite to perform.
Okay, as K-Poly.
I will K-Poly.
Oh, fine. Or basketball court side or not?
Yeah. I said, I check. And during that show, she also invited Piku's Live.
Okay.
Piku's was a TV host, sing-along on GTV, and he was also the MC for all the Media Whiskey events, which is Miss Ghana.
Okay.
And Piku's was a judge on the show for the night.
Okay.
And we were friends with his PA, Gaboni.
I've heard of Gaboni.
Yeah. Gaboni contributed so much to Okyeame coming up.
Okay.
So basically, we went there. Niyawa Adam Fobi, he actually taught me how to play keyboards. Saint Kankam.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a music person. He went to the University of Music in Winneba those days and everything. So Kankam was playing sax and Kwame and I, we were rapping.
Okay.
So the act was very beautiful, and we will just rap the phrases, and he will play it with the sax. And Picus got blown away. He really loved the act for that night. And asked Gaboni, and Gaboni is like, they are my people, I know them. So bring them to the office.
Nice.
So I'm a come. This is 1996.
Okay.
Coming into 97. So we went to Amekom, his office, and he said that the next train was going to stop at Sunyani. So we should join that show. He was going to give us the chance to perform on the Miss Ghana selection, the Bono Ahafu selection.
Okay.
When you're
slaughter. When you're slaughtering,
a damn clear, I can't and this was happening on a Saturday. So the Saturday morning, we went to Amekom, hanging around. As he a call officer. Into your call, your office, 1 year, they didn't come on Gaboni. Oh, what's up? Time, man, I'm because it's here. Last minute, as Unia.
1 month, Scadia.
A Johnny, into no. At the end of the I found. Into catch a Picus, Cabana Picus Deco. And on Gabon in the Kaze, Picus, you're cool. Into no yenim. Young Chaya answer Beswa. Yeah, they are bonus or me at card.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Tiene Namwa, when the opportunity presented itself, Nana, boom. And the bonus was at the end of the year. Do my serious year, but so pass your business car to our they say, wow, that's no problem. Into minivan, he was traveling in style, you know.
Nice.
It was a minivan, fully air conditioned, lots of seats. Boom. So we eventually got there in style, crowd.
Hard.
Full nyanya and everything.
Hard.
And then the whole thing was taped, and boom.
Was shown on TV.
The next Saturday was on TV. And Okyeame became a household name across the country.
As at that time, no more created in Okyeame in every.
Now, rap area, why mo be himself our boys 2 weeks. Or more rappers.
But no money din.
Yeah, what ding or when him say the Okyeame, you know.
It's a then of all the names the warriors would use Okyeame.
Oh, say that time now. This is the era now. Reggie Rockstone unity. And no muti.
Yeah.
I guess that's where it was from. Basically.
So you were looking for something cultural.
You know, I think because it was the influences of the time.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, young country say if you are him fee. Because Okyeame and Nanakaza on the culture and so linguist is connected with, you know, talking to the masses and people. And we actually defined it, said we served as the mediators between God and mankind.
That's deep. That's deep.
Which was the duty of the Okyeame in anyway.
Yeah.
Into Nanakasa, chairman.
When I'll be breaking it down.
Into Semna, ye catch him when you know.
If we nyame what dalet.
And that's how.
Okay, so for SARS season, no, we realized that we had lots of rappers in Kumasi. Rap was a thing.
Lots of rappers.
Rap was a thing because, okay, so Kenya by answer now, Okyeame ba.
Nah.
And now Okyeame by answer na Kenya ba. This issue.
There was a lot of rap competitions from Bombata. I don't know if you heard about Bombata.
Bombata was standing for president.
Yes. He tried to become president.
Yeah.
Bombata Promotions did a lot of rap competitions. City Hotel Kumasi. Which is now Lancaster.
Lancaster, yeah.
Okay. Ain't I wanna now at from ancestors to Lord Kenya to a lot.
Okay.
Lots. Yeah, call competition nessa. And no more honey you benya break the bad TV show. So that Swazibi and all those people.
Sassy Park
had a competition days. I didn't see Sassy Park.
But Swazibi
Swazi was there.
Okay.
Swazi was there. Lord Kenya was there. Table B was there. Ancestors. There's another guy. I'm a person kind of Emma. He's also into video now. About mechanic.
Okay.
So basically, from there,
Ahemfo ana. Rebel ahemfo.
Good, rebel. Ahemfo. So a few hundred, that's when we got the break. So we led the whole pack.
Okay.
After Brebro Bangama, you back to Kumasi, I did 2 radios so a G baby. And a Lord Kenya buy a whole. No part 2. See, I didn't only do Friday, a Saturday morning. I Lord Kenya. I will Copacabana.
Oh, nice.
Say niggas.
Live any.
One chair, quiet now, massa. Or Kenya is rowdy. Melbomo. Into Yanni and the Lord Kenya bread macro kumante wa crack.
Okay.
Because and that's what they want me to say.
It was so so well, it was a debate in the course.
Yeah. Because Mark after Mark who you were TV soon.
Yeah.
The acquire was on Mark who share with TV.
Okay.
Now near the demo so church and crowd or movie. Into Mark who and he picked that interest straight.
Okay.
But then the Spiders Web Records, eventually which became our record label. Mr. Andrew Poaching, I know if he London now, a back Copacabana. Maybe I'm not Chairman Kwame. Into Kwame a day your demo. Emma Andrew.
Okay.
Mr. Poaching. Into your bad TV, you know who said no, the boys are serious.
Okay.
And no, you're not doing so bad boy. To me, and then I casana. Mark, Ewa Dabraka, Andrew Orlando, no better.
Sad Dabraka, and the bell. Orlando, there's that time the bed offer. Over collect call.
You know, Ghana at that time, see.
Okay.
Yeah, 1-on-1.
Okay, that time no.
When I say deal, they say, okay, may be call to make call, whatever it is, whatever money you need, I'll send you guys money to record. But young Kwakra, this is how Chairman started.
Okay.
After the TV appearance. Into young Kwakra, na me kura banana phone. Me ya me last call, you know, we anam de mama. Mon tona mon fan started project, no.
Okay.
Na me kwa me di we come. This time na makokre kumante. Ehun ye dada like.
Honestly, you interested?
He's interested.
Okay.
Ti ya back ran, Mark ni him. So we just went to Mark and told him exactly what was going on. So he was willing to help. So it's Mark that took us to Zap.
Okay.
So we sold that phone for 100 cedis. Zap took 80 cedis for the production of Brebro Bahima, the first ever single. And he did 20 Ghana.
Number 20.
Talking near Damark in Chenwa large.
Heat.
Unia. Large was show to me 20 and to me.
Wow.
Those were the days, man. Those were the days. So that's how come.
So Andrew, Mr. Andrew, not Okaho, but not a executive producer.
He's a financier, yes.
On the Martin was say Opiasi and Hope perfume there.
Hey,
me say,
my boss general Penuhutu.
Me say, Mr. Andrew Befasia.
3 days na perfume need asujina. I mean I'm cash.
Oh, brutal. Yeah. The who
Andrew Poaching.
Senior man.
Sure.
But from so financier and
technical producer.
Technical producer.
Yeah.
Okay. So time by now. Okay, Kubem, were you ever signed to Slip Music? Because
no, we were never.
You were never signed to Slip Music.
We were very good friends.
Okay.
And he actually also was nursing that thing to start a record label because not running sound system,
okay,
which is Slip Music. No?
Okay.
Now a boy engagements, parties and this animal. But then he had a record label idea,
okay,
but he had not started.
Okay.
And truth be told, we made a promise to him that, okay, we have already committed to Spiders Web Records,
okay, which
is Andrew Poaching. So let's finish with Andrew. The second album, we will work with you.
Okay.
But the first album went so well. And if you ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. I mean, who changes a winning team?
Do you understand? So we came to terms with him and said, listen, there's another cracker. Our Kumasi, who is willing. He's also looking for the opportunity.
Okay. And then your Lord PM.
And only ye call na Lord Kenya.
By fear, no, I'm saying, any brat, trakam, nianko.
And we had it in mind already.
Okay.
And
But that's brother love.
So, we took Kenya, we came to Accra, we got into the studio. Lord Kenya's first ever recording. Kana ba Okyeame back. It was on a Okyeame promo CD. Yes. Back. Later they did a remix and took our voices out.
Wow.
Because they were building that contrast. You know how competition will make the whole thing sell. So they took it out. Ne Okyeame promo 2. Yenyo. Inti Kenya nyom ne Okyeame promo CD so.
And I'm moody.
Wow. Because it was from the same house.
Wow.
Mark.
Okay. I feel I'm 18 years maybe I say. So, okay. Fast forward. Because I know the rest of most of the records are set straight. So fast forward. When there was that Bantima Street Jam, that iconic Bantima Street Jam. Okyeame original stage. Yes, who check you. That Okyeame original stage, mo perform, mo wine around, mo people were like, Lord Kenya. Did it get to the competition? Did it get to Kenya's head?
Yeah.
It got to him.
Yeah. It was you.
Did it also get to you guys?
Listen, 2 giants emerged at the same time in Kumasi. This is Okyeame and Lord Kenya. Definitely there will be a divide.
Okay.
Intino. Your Lord Kenya fans never Okyeame fans. So over here Okyeame brand, it was gentlemen.
Yeah.
We were like laid back, proper, level-headed people.
I catch you for level.
When would they make channel? Into everything is so curated.
Yeah.
And Lord Kenya is the Shatawale of that time. Rowdy. You can tell Kenya is coming here from 300 meters out. Sometimes they carry him and bring him.
Kenya ni.
Me
witness kakra.
Oh no, onya twitwa kakra no oba. And you know that the whole movement no the level.
No sakura fonkwa.
Hey. And 50 cars, right from cars, grana school competition, rap competitions, that was Lord Kenya. Make I maybe say, there was end of term rap competition be your cars. Na Kwame, rap. That time Kwame me rap. He's my friend, I will help write and all of that. Kenya mo kwachichire Kwame Bompem just because he doesn't want him to come. That's Lord Kenya. Because one person about
assembly.
So that was Lord Kenya. It is the same attitude, and he had the street. Tiya gentleman semnoni ononi hyper sem. And it's a street job.
Definitely. You
get it. And yes, don't do any side also take that. And so we chair to a more. Not Kenya was still coming up. We had 2 major hits. And I'm talking albums, not singles.
Yeah. Because that's that time now albums.
The single idea in the crowd was in there. Until you releasing these songs, and Kenya has gotten the first major big song, Kanaba. And I think at the time of that concert, and it was on the first album.
Yeah, on the first
album. But he had released another album at that time. Was it Sikaba? Sikaba. So that song was loud.
Jesus.
Very, very loud. Yeah, one buffon kwan and azap the boss I beat.
Okay. No, but seriously speaking.
There's a story behind it, but I don't know.
Yeka enyuma hip life era, right? Enyuma started ana iconic. Like you untimi enya ifu like you can't skip. We DJ untimi njaya anonebo.
Yeah.
Masanaba.
Yeah.
Sikaba. Akatechie. Odo esisime.
And
Prikiyadi.
Oba no.
Babende Kwansu Bay.
Oba no nam kwansu bay. Yeah, that was
No.
another banger.
And it's
And I did him. And I read another bad tune. Yeah.
Crazy. But when it's Zap, right? As at that time, I think yesterday I had David Bolton here, and you didn't come out, and he was telling me about variety. As at that time, they were like
everybody was creative in their own space, but everybody was making hits. That is the beauty of hip life. Now everybody sounds the same.
He said the same thing.
Everybody sounds. If the chord progressions from listen, if you take 100 Nigerian songs as we speak, and even the Ghanaians emulating the Nigerian, there's nothing wrong with that. Because
of course.
What I say? I bet you if you take 100 songs, 90 of them will start with a la. The 6.
True.
And that's what everybody is playing.
True.
6, 4, 2, 1. But when I started 6, 3, 1, 2. But when I started 6, everybody is starting. They are just changing the keys.
Okay, so variety back then. Then it is it because now hip life right there at the back of a high life, which has a broader base?
I would say hip life, no. The beauty of hip life was the fact that it had a lot of facets.
Okay.
Internet and phone. That's how come it was able to stay for that long. And even its dying took a whole lot of time. There's hip life according to Reggae Rocks, no? Hip life according to JQ.
Okay.
Hip life according to Zap Mallet.
Okay.
Hip life according to Apietus. Hip life according to Nasi and Entry. Adena no mo bono. Enye anu bi na na ache ame bo. Ba ye nyina ye hete. Ade azapo bono. Enye anu bi na na JQ bo.
They na hammer class bo.
Hip life according to Hammer.
Yeah.
So hip life comes from that fusion element. That you take the local and then fuse it with whatever that you get.
Yeah.
If you take Davi Madekukuma Plokoko de Kala Fifila, that is basically Grover Washington. That was pure R&B.
Hard.
Reggie Rockstone was borrowing from James Brown. All of those things. He was hip hop, America hip hop.
Yeah.
Then Okyeame merged Big Band Highland and the hip hop. So the fusion. But we changed the face of hip life.
Okay.
And it remained like that for a very long time before all the other variants also started coming in.
Because you were using a lot of
we merged local and foreign first.
Great. It's good that we've set the record straight on
that
some
we
of the
put the guitars. So
yeah.
There was a lot of oppression from the start. Charles Samoa, Rexoma, Amanziba, all of them. You know it was a typical high life era. And then we brought this rap.
And almost your
Montiase. Into so Okyeame, your first album, Leaflet, no, second. The Mercenary Leaflet.
Okay.
I think
that is a Nyankunton.
The Nyankunton.
Okay.
Rexoma says something. I made them write it in the sleep. It was because of that.
Then okay.
That, the transition or the introduction of that new genre.
Yeah.
A lot of people have gotten it wrong, but what we were doing was the future of Ghana music.
Yeah.
And he put it there. And it wasn't just him. I remember Ghana Man on Agro when it started with Charterhouse.
Yeah.
Ghana Man described our music the same because of the fusion element. Waterproof was alive by then. Waterproof also said sing. A lot. A lot.
So for that era and some of the oppression that came with you guys your way, I mean, you and your brother, did it ever get to you that Charlie Adiwe and maybe, if he maybe shone along the lines, or is it because you had big hits, so you really did not even care? whether, it had a future or not.
Who envisage a future with failure? Nah. When you're riding high, all you see is the
Because Bro
sky.
Bahima was big.
Bro Bahima was, I mean, all the albums we put up.
The follow-up,
bigger. The third album was Lukewarm.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Ntwaso album.
Ntwaso, okay.
Yes.
So first one, that album title here. Nyansapo. And then Nyankunton or Nyankonson. And then Jinyame.
Yeah.
The blue one.
Cover. Versace. Album title.
It is tailcoat tintin.
And only Ntwaso. And then because they had a lukewarm response.
Okay, what was the reason? Have you ever figured it out?
I can't place a finger on it. It didn't fail, but it wasn't the biggest thing. And then I don't know if you remember that. Also, we sampled some salsa. We were trying to merge, experimenting with
other sounds,
Latin music and the Ghana music fusion, but it didn't really sit well. It didn't sit well.
So after that,
yeah,
because a new and blue.
No, we felt like we needed that break because we had been consistent.
And this
first album, second album from 1997 till 2000 when we decided to travel.
And that's like 3 years.
3 years.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent.
Being on the road and all that.
Back-to-back performances, travels around the world, coming back home, all of that.
Me no conversation with parts in the doors, moving parts in the doors. So we'll go one after the other. So let's finish with the music bit. Let me ask you this. I was doing a research, right, on hiplife.
Yeah.
And I realized that there's collaborations within the hiplife circle was close to zero. Because as it stands now, there's still no Okyeame featuring Reggie Rockstone, or there's no Okyeame featuring TikTok, or TikTok featuring Lord Kenya. During those days, collaboration was close to zero. And I think I asked...
TikTok featured Obrafa.
TikTok featured Obrafa, yeah. That's
even Nana Kwame.
Nana Kwame, yeah. But then, that's a collaboration, yeah.
It wasn't a thing of the time.
Yeah. So I think...
And more so, it was groups.
Okay.
Hiplife,
groups more.
Group. And group, no more, because when there's a mechanism.
All the 3 verses are done. All the 3 verses are done.
When would they mention?
We have to hook a
group of 5 will be a rap. VIP.
But what feature will be?
Who could feature one? Who could feature one? And yeah, no, Nananum, Joti.
Nananum, there's no maybe 20 around.
Sydney, Nananum, no, we have 3.
No, we have 3.
Joti, Sydney, and
the lady.
The lady is Joti.
Joti, okay.
And
Sydney na
Omahine Pozo.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Akatechie yemienu.
Okyeame yemienu.
Okyeame yemienu. Lord Kenya onunkwa when feature.
When feature obia.
When feature obia.
But okay.
But no, Kenya featured a Danny Best.
Yes, but not the singers, but make rappers.
Okay, rapper to rapper
features.
But we featured. We tried to bring up Swazi B as well.
So Swazi B so they cross over to Lord Kenya.
The same connection. The same
okay. But it wasn't a thing.
No.
No.
I say go and borrow the glory from somewhere. Even though it was around. Azikiza, who handed over the baton, featured TikTok. This is a brand new one, Joe. Okay. Remember that song?
Yeah.
It was TikTok in the beginning of the song.
Oh, okay.
That voice was TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. It was TikTok.
So, but for rappers and rapper ego, right? Which some say it needed at every point in time. Some also believe that what they do when in baby is what hard. How was it like when rappers in that generation met at backstage? Because there's a conversation around even the inception of the Ghana Music Awards. The ATM man because how was the energy like? I want you to paint a picture. Let's say Mushia backstage.
Fake love.
It's fake love. Still that for fooling. For fooling or
It's still like recent times. Nobody will tell you what their mind is. But Charlie,
you just sport there.
Your song they be. Hey man, Charlie, you people there. I remember the first ever Ghana Music Awards, which is in the year 2000.
Yes.
We were nominated. Lord Kenya was nominated, and then we met backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Mimia. I deal with the Kumasi for the Jack Muji and the call, maybe the call, your Benji Bian and I call. So Kwame and I are like, oh, that's a cool proposal. I mean,
yeah.
It means that we're on the same wavelength, everything. And the winner is near the match. Yeah, fees backstage now. Yeah, best in a quack of tonight, car market. Na Kenya, yeah, interview. Oma Robo Peter Diakutia Po. I tell you. So you see, the backstage is cool. We relate to each other, industry players, but we'll be arguing shit. So I tell you.
For fooling is still that.
Do you expect it to stop really?
Because I was thinking back then.
I tried to say big issue to park, yo, what's up?
What's up?
Drink back. That's what I mean. It's part of the game. You don't let anybody know what your next move is. You just hold it to your chest. Your secret is your biggest weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, still here on the Loud Lounge, having a wonderful conversation with the legend himself. Quophi Okyeame is up in the building.
DJ Slip.
Oh, was this? I've been waiting for this conversation because there are a lot of untold stories and misconceptions. Oh, yeah. A certain timeline is in the street.
Yeah.
So fast forward, now Okyeame is a household name. Okyeame Blue for 3 years decided to bow out. At what point in Amokobo Apollo?
Apollo Theatre was around 2000. This is after Mesanaba, which was huge.
Okay.
And Mauro and Fee said, at the time, Mesanaba was a huge song.
It
had a competition strongest than anything ever in this country, which was Abenwa.
Okay, so Namone that Lumba ne competing.
Yes.
That year.
And even look at the might of that song.
No, but Abiyawa, they're saying they sold over 1 million cassettes.
Abiyawa is the biggest song that ever sold in this country. And its main competitor is Mesanaba.
Wow. Hiplife compete highlight.
So it is from this that Mr. Martin Yabua, who was running promotions in America for Ghanaian artists, I think he felt it as a duty to help.
Okay.
Because there was a new wave. And why not doing so?
Okay.
Very well to do, very respectable man. So he decided to put together those shows. It's not just Apollo.
Okay.
So
it was a US store.
Yeah. We played in Maryland. So I invested Howard University first. I won a PD Decoy.
Okay.
From Howard, then we went to play at the Constitution Hall.
Okay.
In the history of Constitution Hall, Michael Jackson penned my park hall. So you can tell the boldness because it's that Iluma and Okyeame at that time, the most happening thing.
Wow.
So his hopes were really high. But as you would have it, Ghanaians will disappoint you when you read.
They will dirty your white shirt.
Bruh. I'm talking Constitution. Ask about America Constitution Hall. In the history of the hall, Michael Jackson penned a park hall. You call any pa basho no mabapa. We just stay in one line. It was too ambitious. It was too ambitious. But the run promo, that is Mr. Martin Yeboah, this is Chief Kusi, God rest his soul, was very instrumental in this. Chief KKD, at that time, New York, Montgomery. That's where we all gathered, and they pushed the agenda. And the final destination was Apollo Theatre.
Okay.
So it's
Okay, so-
Okyeame Daddy Lumba live in concert
At the Apollo.
at the Apollo Theater.
Mm.
We opened the show. We started. We played and everything, and then introduced Daddy Lumba. Then he took over, played about 3 songs, and the police was all over. 3 songs went into 4.
Na police were crashing.
Sir Constitution Hall na amfa.
Mm-hmm.
Inti ayeka.
Okay.
And Apollo aye ma na nipa gu akyi.
Omuntimi were inside.
Inti Ghana mentality na happened there.
Tell me about it.
They sold the extra tickets and found seats for the people to fill the alleys, the walkway.
Oh.
I'm ready to say about America.
That be Yanyanisa.
Why would I mention?
Yanyanisa.
Ain't you know, per the building capacity and the regulation.
Yes.
And one more report to issue. So police came. America's going to mean because we would not think NTP.
That be.
Obey to mess you. No, almost stop the whole show. Yeah, boom, runners.
Wow.
And that's what happened.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I feel Matthias. So when the conversation about, first Ghanaian artists to fill the Apollo came up, I think there was this thing that most of the people, like Gen Z's in Montiasi.
Oh.
Story in Montiasi.
Bruh.
So filling that, mo fele ali ni nyina ka.
So we went beyond the building's capacity. And the police was like, no, the show cannot continue because if anything shall happen, insurance will not pay.
Yes. Yes.
Insurance into Muntas will be free. And this is a mixed crowd. It had Americans, African Americans, Ghanaians, Kenyans, people.
Okay, so music promotion back then, any event organizers, it seems they were locked in at some point because most of the music executives that I know normally organize events. Do you think say not Ghana events yes successful back then? Because now, yes, I do travel around the world to see some of the Ghanaian events. I wouldn't say they are there yet, but they are trying.
It's always been like that.
Attitude of Ghanaians abroad for events. Back then, let's say.
It's always been like what it is. Probably is even improved. But
Okay.
when you expect them to turn up, they won't.
When you think they will show up,
They won't. When you least expect them, they will come.
So Apollo, now Apollo, yeah, one of the venues, and I'm here rest assured some especially especially after the Constitution Hall.
Yeah. It wasn't dooley. But
Okay.
the issue is, we knew that the Ghanaian population in New York was high.
Yeah.
Washington, they are not that much.
Yes.
But they also thought that because it was the most happening artist at the time, people would travel the distance, from New York to Washington.
Yeah. 4 or 5 hours you should be able to get there.
They would travel the distance to come and watch. And then from Washington going, all the people in those areas could gather.
Yeah.
And I think it was a wrong estimation of the whole thing. So he failed. But Apollo, that's how come it was last. The Ghanaian population in New York, Bronx alone, that's
Crazy.
New Jersey,
Crazy.
Long Island, all of these places. There was an expectation that at least a hot year, a better car.
We will try to
They mentioned. But as fate will have it.
Must say too much. So at least you guys were paid your full performance, and I say
DJ Slim,
and I say a big
quickest.
Hurry up.
That is the thing about Mr. Yeboah that I love so much. In all of these, he never wore a frown. Even Constitution Hall, he was smiling.
After losing that amount of money?
Put in hotels, everything. It was a proper laid out promotion. He wanted to change the narrative. Because aside that, we're going to need a fro abroaching now, Kobonyoma. One here, Nipa no ye promotion, ni apartment, the next room, one hour better.
Sana koso.
Oye rough crowd, but that's as well.
Ekosu senior sama okay.
Soon try. It's happening.
Sisi me no kase
Me
ekosu.
call me call London Kobo show. Why never high hotel? I'm a Okocha Hamid saying. Yeah, you start you call London. Yeah, ni Andrew na TV. Just to feel I'm a chow.
This is really a banku kakra.
Executive producer here. Obe show my way feeling.
Bo bibia be seti.
Ori on the West Sea Street Market and control baby a line in now.
Bibia. Wow.
Oh, they mentioned.
Wow.
But then this was a well cut out promo with hotels and everything.
When we talk about music traveling or crossing borders, one of the key players, me believe we saw play vital role is event organizers because they present an avenue for music experience.
And one of such companies they have survived over the years and have done amazing for Ghana music. 90%.
Okay.
And they are from Akwaba, UK. Dennis.
Okay, near from 90%.
90%.
Okay, this is from Akwaba, UK. Okay.
Dennis. Dennis. Well, I don't know why too many people don't sing his. Anyway, I know why. Dennis will put together the event and everything, but why is ready? But it was the rule of the game.
Yeah,
ultimate. Yeah. In those days, the temple would be packed.
Yeah.
Broadwater Farm, UK would be packed. All of that. It was Dennis.
Oh, wow.
It was Dennis. And then I think it's on one air party in the park.
On one air party in the park, yeah. But so I had this conversation. I think I met Sak or Coney Island, right, for Skip Mali concert. So we're having this conversation in on a dressing room. And I asked him that, why is it that our event organizers, right, they are not growing at the rate at which the artists are expanding? Because I can pick the Nigerian model and pick event organizers that I know are in the Nigerian space that have grown enough to accommodate the level of stardom that their artists have also gotten to, i.e., the Afro Nation. Let me talk of Smade and his team, right? They've been able to be that bigger of a force that they can still have Wizkid, who is this big, on still be able to afford and pay for Burna Boy's charge, pay for Davido, any artist that they want within their circle.
Because they have an equally big music. So the market is expanding.
It's expanding.
They took it from local to international. The music first.
Okay, so it's the music first.
So there's a huge market out there for what they are trying to produce.
Okay.
You see, in our story, our music is kept within our community. The language is a barrier. Don't forget that.
Okay.
So we've not been able to get the world involved. When we are putting together these events, we're expecting our people who understand us, to show up. And it doesn't go beyond that. But the Nigerians took to English.
Okay.
And expanded it. So now you have Americans, even when you look at the latest music-making gadgets, Afrobeat presets are now
been introduced.
Emerging.
Okay.
So they've come to understand that there's a genre called Afrobeat, and Americans have started making Afrobeats.
Because there's a market for it.
Because it's become a worldwide phenomenon. Now, we'll share to say Chris Brown and Davido, what they are doing. Davido crossed over, Chris crossed over. And Chris has a new sound that they don't understand. So now, what is this Afrobeat thing? It is when you say there's a concert and it's Afrobeat, you have America. So you're playing at bigger spaces.
Yeah.
You are charging bigger tickets.
So now you can afford
bigger artists.
Okay, so it starts with the music.
It starts with the music. It's like when you produce anything that people want, you build factories out of it, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
So if there's demand for it, definitely supply will meet it.
It's demand and supply.
Exactly. Street is watching Loud Lounge, conversation with the legend himself. And Charlie, I'm enjoying every bit of it. In fact, enjoyment today, the man enjoy because you can never get bored when you have Kofi Okyeame around. It's impossible. It's impossible. That is the now. Let's take a quick detour and let's have a look at your radio career. Now, for time, I me pay attention, and as me pay attention, that would be disrespectful because as at that time, who would you rather listen to? I mean, you had to listen to the best. It's either you do it.
The Love FM days.
Yeah, I mean
the Fox FM days.
Yes. So, but radio career, no, from Continental, was it me crossing over direct? It could be commercial radios because that's at that time, near campus radio, right?
Yeah.
Near campus radio, not the reach, you know. Tech.
Oh, the Tech campus, you pay there, sir.
Some is me bo focus.
I also bo focus.
Me bo focus.
Contato.
Contato the vendor focus. So say that because maybe now it's Kote.
Oh, okay.
Let me to Kote. So I mean we got to Kote in 1992.
DJ Slim.
Yeah, this is 1992. Me OG. But that's something who never faint.
Yeah, fine, man.
So I think in 1992, that's when a family moved. No, 94. That's when my family moved to Kote. That is my father's house. So I remember that time, I think 3 years after, and I made access to radio. But then I was listening to radio in the house. And there were times you could get faint signals from radio station. And my big brother, I remember, would tell me, so it's a campus radio. It's a campus radio. So we were getting faint signals there. Why
you now watching what bopo tink and no obechichi chama and so to me down to sir
chama you could trap pempro near the abyss will see near manas TV po only been say silver one reaction vin ya dia ba be cat radio antenna see a station for. So I remember that I the first time I heard 96.1. Like the type of selections are near free whole banner.
Yeah, young.
Dabi. It was so different from all the other frequencies.
These were very hungry young men who had a radio idea but didn't have the opportunity. And that was the only avenue that you could show what you had.
Did you have anybody believe in that format of radio? Anybody believed in it to the extent the person wanted to invest?
Those times, yes. From there, it was that drive that actually informed private broadcasting.
Okay.
Because there was a natural need and was growing on daily basis for it. Capital Radio was alive at that time. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So there was that drive, but not too many people. Otek was alive.
Yes.
Mr. Chumeze had built his own transmitter, which made us believe that we could build a transmitter.
Okay. And not even seek for approval.
There.
Approval, they
no tech, Krasel Rane, I know the license that.
But then from Continental, you made your way to which radio station was the first?
Love FM.
Love FM. How did you get to
From Conti, that's when we got the chance and recorded.
Okay.
So when we recorded, now Mark Kumante is in the picture. And Mark was with Joy.
Okay.
And Joy wanted to start a Kumasi Joy.
Okay.
So they came, and then Capital Radio, well, I cannot, it has legal implications. So let me get off that. But the powers that be would not allow, see a Befre Kumasi station in Joy FM. Because of your leverage.
Okay.
And then a man love by.
Why that?
I can't just enjoy FM about Kumasi. I'll be TBB.
See a bit join.
Me that's it. Into Omo no more no more mpene no.
Omo mun se mu edin no.
Omo mpene. Say you better ni din joy. Into no. You did din fufuro na man and
that means
and only love.
Okay, so if my dream me susu my dream keke. So if we're talking about the powers that be, I mean it has to go through authorization.
Yeah.
Did not approve.
didn't get the approval for the same name.
Okay.
From what I know.
And in the Madini, yeah, Love FM.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was the format?
Elite. AB. Love has always been AB.
Okay.
My name is Nancy Nomagum Kakradia.
Might be.
Omungum, because you know multimedia. You know
he
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Instead of so befa love na wagum na mana be ABCDE no. Eno ni inshira. Inti inshira beba be CDE. Na love aye ni AB.
Okay.
It's for the elite. The upward listener. Brofo
level.
I will come ask you.
Fierce ni ho, because I would say from our side or my generation, the inception of YFM, an all music radio station in Kumasi, we faced a lot of challenges, and we not only from consumers or listeners, but even from stakeholders like proper people in the industry who are supposed to know better. I mean, they were saying that it's never ever going to work for you to have a all music urban radio station in Kumasi. And we were talking, NBA days, 2015 level.
Because Kumasi is very cultural centric.
So how is it that Love FM was able to break through? Because you guys did an amazing job. Love was so big.
I would say the modus operandi was tried and tested. It had made its mistakes and it was corrected before the implementation in Kumasi.
Okay.
Because there was a mother station, which is Joy FM.
So they had gone through the process and they've seen certain things.
Yes.
So Joy had been around for how many years before?
Oh, I cannot call a number. I don't want to just throw anything there. Yeah. But it had run for a while.
Okay.
Enough to correct its own mistakes.
Okay.
And when they felt like it was established and now had to have children, is when the Love FM idea
came in.
Which is, let's now go to Kumasi.
Okay.
As Joy FM, but eventually became, Love FM. Love FM.
Okay.
Yeah.
So programming-wise, had the same format from day one?
There was a few differences in programming because you have to also factorize with local community,
Okay.
And what they respond to and what they don't.
Okay.
Even news items, which one you pick, and because now you pipe it, Joy News. But we had to produce local English news, had to build our own news desk because in Sema, local folk ni pe tie no.
Hacho no.
When would they mention?
Ade beba ni mfa.
When would they mention?
Si ekuni pa o hacho a. Me ade everybody.
But there were programs and a pipe still even back then.
Okay, programs
through the phone, through some of these political discussions.
Okay.
Now you're picking it from Accra, but then the morning show was local, the mid-morning local, the drive time local, after drive local. Okay. And if you have a radio station running this format, it means it's local based.
Okay.
What would I mention?
Okay.
One of the things that made us penetrate that time was events.
Exactly.
The radio station bringing communities together. Omobishia, Nipano, one-on-one, organizing football matches and stuff like that. So you come out outside broadcast. Yeah, that was heavy.
Love FM Old Schools reunion.
Yeah, I don't quite say it later.
But that was so huge.
From picnic in the park, near your call, baby, I could training your friend.
Rich honor.
Yeah, and I remember all those things clearly, like it was yesterday.
So, we started that team,
inter radio station, ball competition, football. Yeah, just stadium.
Yeah,
and people will come just like a proper football match.
No, but Kumasi till date still holds radio on that level. I mean, radio personalities are still are still very, very huge and regarded in Kumasi. Very, very much. But then back then it was top level superstardom to be on radio or have your name mentioned on radio. Like, it not be easy, Obozu. Say you can't shout out one.
Yeah, your board doing a radio this one.
No, worry.
Worry. Oh, yeah.
Worry.
It's and it came with a lot. that when you said something, because of a human way and internet, it held water. Into the one casano, and son of a casa research I will be when him say when I make you have to go deep. Because in so many Mekai said one of the things that I created on Love FM. Now a man be loud, which was my drive time. Was I did be a friend at Casanoma?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Akasanoma was collecting the needs of the people on Mondays and bringing you feedback on Thursday.
Yes.
Akushika, God bless her wherever she is. She was my producer.
To on neighbor year rounds, no.
Nensanka information now I remember.
So it was community-based, community-driven.
Yes.
It's
radio by the people for the people.
Mambusa asked a question. Personalities, Ben, I will start here with. Because you were there from day one.
Yeah.
So from morning, run me through the order, now wine neighbor.
Morning show, when we started, it was Dusty Wayne.
Dusty Wayne,
who was the program's manager.
Okay.
But Dusty was just holding the front. Then later, we brought in a guy, Opokopai.
The name rings a bell. But yeah.
He came to hold the front for a long time. And then I think there was a fallout. Or they call Fox.
Okay.
If you heard Echo Fox. Or call any of the mark Kofi Kumbelson.
Okay.
So Kofi Kumbelson ran the morning. For a long, he became the mainstay. He was supposed to hold the front till the next person would come. But Kofi Kumbelson had his own ways. Because in some ding.
Yeah.
But then, the Sunday afternoon special was very strong. Time Chiano.
Shystros, this is that. The score for the Anya is Re and the Sejiri.
Yes.
Monton Guerreri.
Yeah. And also multimedia and the elite steez, no?
Yeah.
And they felt like Kofi wasn't cutting it for the look they wanted for the morning. They're looking for suit and tie people to sit in the morning so corporate could relate. But Kofi is this street jargon guy, but he's doing the job.
Mubende.
I know Chiswa, I know co-leave. And then I came to the morning.
Okay.
And Mr. Meba, I made the media member.
Yeah, morning political show.
Oh, yeah. Those days, morning show wasn't about politics.
So what happened?
It was Cosmo, if not Metro. It was bits and pieces of relevant information that a person will need to start their day.
Okay.
It's not about ya start NDC and MPP when they are there. Now we do it at them, now we are man callers, I park you or I stand by, now we so I'm no more. So every day is the same people calling the same jazz. No. A fast sports kaka. Yeah, more on what is happening in the world of sports.
Okay.
Now yes, topical political issues. And you read newspaper headlines. There's no discussion from there.
Okay.
Newspaper headlines into Abayako got to sort for this. Blah 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 blah. If you want the details, it will come up in the news, which was hourly. When would they mention?
Okay.
And then we will discuss entertainment. Then we'll look at trending issues.
Okay.
And produce and look for the right people that can speak to the happening issues. So you listen to one show.
And you get everything.
You get everything.
So what happened?
And the presenter should be entertaining, and you, the presenter, you should bring yourself. You should show your knowledge. So it was a show, not a program.
Okay. What's the difference?
Program is basically a talk show.
Okay.
You see, it's programmed to sound this way, and you cannot leave the boundaries set. But the show, I I can be creative on the go and bring a whole lot more than what is on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I can go with the flow. I could say one thing, a phone call will come in, which will change.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to be creative and keep the energy going.
Yeah.
That synergy must continue. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It needed creative people, well-read people, broad-minded people to do morning shows.
Yeah. You don't have to be boxed in a particular...
No. And if you look at the greats who have sat in morning show chairs, Komla Domo.
Yeah.
That's what the box master was doing. The boss player was doing. What did I mention?
Yeah.
Variety. But then the way you collect information and the way he will give it to you, one missing the show, I will feel say, no, I missed something. And that is what is missing today in the morning.
You feel these days the mornings have been said to be in a monotonized way, like one direction. It's just politics and nothing else, or it's just sports and nothing else. Like you can't have a variety in the morning.
The yeme bufu kura womu was a sports presentation as a mama commentary. It can't happening since sport. Why do you have to keep a particular pace and time?
But, okay.
And just somebody about say, and what go do her? And one say, I commentary. Or the born a kwana.
So be opposite. And also a staff of Frank. Maybe I'm moving better. But it's interesting to listen to some of them though.
Me pacho, we say asolo obiya dey shape you different.
Because sometimes I wonder how they're doing it in the studios. There's a video that popped up, right? My good friend Fancy with Chacha maybe Obia. Charlie, the guy they sweat.
Anopa to Ediasep.
No crap, people back cool.
Yeah.
He told.
Yeah. On when was so people they say we're hitting. But I would say, me, this is my belief. Yeah, in the me, I'm coming from the school of Tommy and Enforcing, Mike Keegan. I'm coming from the school of Dusty Wayne, who eventually I had the opportunity to work with. So those days, no more GBC, FM Baffle from the Ever Ready show, which was the drive time of them. That's what I grew on. That's where I learned everything I knew.
Okay.
Before I would develop it to become everything I know. I'm coming from Fritz Baffle on what is the name of that show you used to?
The comedy show?
No, Fritz had a show on Weekend Rendezvous on GTV. So I was GTV radio and TV person, you know, and ethics were very high.
Yeah.
Are things you cannot say.
Yeah.
You cannot talk through lyrics of a song on the radio.
You have to get a music bed.
You have to get a music bed to do your announcement, to do your live presenter mentions, and everything, which was what we started with. But later we listened to the people and what they were looking for. You realize that when you are pulling and dropping fader and talking irrespective of which part of you can always bring the music back for them to listen to the lyrics, Abby, and then it takes. So it's basically for the people what they want, and that's how you program the station.
Okay. So at what point did you guys realize that, things have changed? So let's also shift a little bit.
The listeners, the audience will tell you.
Okay.
The audience will tell you.
So was there a demand for morning political discussion, hence the introduction of that type of content on the radio?
At a point, you will realize that
competition is pulling some string one side. And
what is happening in the country will direct what you will produce for the morning.
Okay. So if there are a lot of political happenings,
people are interested to listen to that, why are you telling me about the birthday of Ray Charles?
Yede.
Into the times and the season. HM, you program to shoot what is needed at the time.
But some are also of the belief that radio or traditional media should be more or less like the base or the treasure box to conserve or pack up, tradition of, everything media, like you should be conservative. You don't have to.
When it's a national broadcaster.
So
but not with
private.
Private, we are doing everything possible to make our money back with profit.
So you can't be conservative in that nature.
But Maka say, okay, on my name, I want to make Sebi Abua and Aquasia, I will wear video. Yeah, why would the answer to make I know your better? What you say? But some better man can't boy man can't quasia. I'm Casa Aquano.
Then also before
a tiafa so. So want to be messed up.
It's a different way.
Makas will be about them, but man can so about them. I go a tiafa a bonho with Dolupa. Ubende. Ubende regularly.
Listeners, they dictate pace, you know.
Yeah.
Now, for Love FM, you've introduced Political Morning Show. You have a political show called News File. And they acquired from day one. Mostati was with you guys. I think one of the shows that I listened to and I used to enjoy on Love FM used to be The Diary. I don't know if it started with.
No, the Diary was there. It was produced by, I forgot the guy's name. He has a Muslim name.
Okay.
Yeah. It was there.
Okay.
It was there.
I used to enjoy that show a lot.
One of my favorite shows I ever ran on radio would be Gift of Song. Which was also huge in Kumasi.
So Gift of Song, I think the spin-off will be Listener's Choice on KFM. That would be the spin-off. That's when Jamestar.
And I said James Star will copy Love FM. No, they call it. We are making a friend, but a friend message come out the
simple. No, but all time not Jamestar.
No.
Okay.
On the later angel cry. Jamestar there. Me, my time, the only person stood at Love FM. Okay, Jim Agla is still there, I believe.
Yeah,
and, Apuzo.
Yeah.
I handed over the drive time to Apuzo when I was going to the States.
Okay.
So I basically trained him for it.
Okay.
DJ
APU 0.
Yeah. DJ Apuzo. I remember when I released my solo project, Philosophy.
Yeah.
When who bought that?
When who didn't bought that?
I said, yeah. Massa. And you mean you went here, Listen to the song, let's go.
From Love FM to Fox FM, radio poaching was a big deal. Yet today, we heard say guaponatum.
Unia.
You say,
and then the other match gem.
Your sister 170 hash and when me 4. What allow cash out? Afro say what allow cash out? It's
let me tell you a funny story. When if you America buy, came with equipment and everything to start a record label, put the music recording studio together. My brother's place. So that's where I was. We're Kwame. We were all at Ideas. Yeah.
Because I'm a walk with
yeah.
Why see Jack?
Biggest be studio do. And yasam ketwa.
See a chami was see. It's that time ube nya kono krano. Ebe kwa kusi wa damfu before.
Ansana wa konantia
ko.
Na me imagine some me back no. I was in talk with multimedia. Say I'm coming back. There's a possibility I'll do the radio.
Okay.
And they were happy. It's a Kasai extensively. Kasai BBI arrangement, and I gave them arrival date and everything. So they actually made room for me to come back and pick up from where I left off. Sena me fi mache into minim terrain.
Okay.
Now me babe do Ghana. Me will fear. I think say omano preom. No more can say Okyeame Quophi aba na enche bia.
Obesa aba radio so.
And Afro line, which is the CEO of
Capitola
Fox FM. No me wo hono me na me running in your men nyina.
Okay.
Fox Trap.
Jingles in that. Yeah.
I used to do all of that for him. And then a Friday, me kasa na hwayema.
Okay.
It was feeling me. Na me call Fox Trap bia. Bailey's full bottle, no, they're basically
Heat.
Afro. Those days. I said, yeah, bra. Yeah. Ain't no feeling.
That's the man. That's the discussion. Socks no.
And after everything coming, go time with class of wow. I'm going to run about because next discussion is also. Now there, Palm Springs. What kind of Palm Springs? Yes, I want you to know keeping this kind of socks. What do you mean,
senior man?
Me will fear na one of the boys. This is a studio in Tia boys in the bar. And Rebecca James, Papa be the Land Cruiser be where him or show. I'm say Land Cruiser. And ben. This is my bedroom. Me be ready. Se be me do Wednesday. Be me lie near the adin
check your video. Yeah.
Meko Love FM no officially will begin the process, the discussions
to get you back into the system.
To get me back on there. Friday. Yes, Papa be me call ya Afro Capitola. Them say, hey,
Godfather Nankasa.
Boss. I had no idea whatsoever what was happening. Me caught Nancy no man driver ni two car ni ti nam campus. Tech campus. Now what got na brochre waba. Ke o papa me hear radio o san go nkrofo we. David. And them impany. And until them campus or baba me drive time me man. Now say Kabi. That's all him say no any possible. Me brofo na meka. E wo radio so ain't no. What's up? It's going to be difficult. Plus, many Love FM for Casa BBA into no. It's almost impossible. Yes, I made you more. Can say there? I say football. Sana capi or castle. Can your top players? Inti. Mammy Pekka come on never yet, you man, mammy.
Simple.
I'm say, what do you mean? Oh no, meaning so if you Mammy fan dream, let me process it now. The BCBR, my catcher. This is the truth. Before God, man. And I'm a kind of okay. So my casa, what I say, into young show what's up. Into how many days?
Okay.
And I'm say, I'm 3 days. Slim.
Chinauso.
No catch a driver and so okay. Nina driver no Francis. I don't call all the same or Sayana. And I catch a driver and so on done when you sign see me with fee. Some people be a bet. You bet do me get and no done white envelope to me stress.
Physical.
Say fawe show who where you doing we are not. You heard the better. Bra. It could be a sooner dollars pa.
Dewa.
Unia.
Best no.
It would be a young crop for Babams.
Jerry for a job of percentage. They will work it.
Me see for man, I'm here, my dream is the same what Fox.
Who's the free card now Fox? Who record now laugh?
Now,
but who pay now Fox?
Me see from now Fox.
Who record him now? You love it.
No. Me see from that Jack, because somebody who no one money.
Well, review
plenty money in Jack. Me my co-hostel Sam. That's kind of grandma will be no
when you America.
You get it. And the other than you to me so falas and I'm say, hey,
the cockra.
Me ref inside where me this kind of cotton. That don't come into me a move bit.
As a mood, you
know. My mood, everything changed. It happened so fast. And I'm far from them friends. Like, Kabi.
Yeah, Juma.
Juma, the other so.
Yeah, we are in business.
But the Akano, they power me Akano myself.
Simple.
Bra. Friday morning. Na kapia koka che kwa me dinkra da. Ya mama billboard LPM Okyeame Quophi ba Fox na one chrome ho nyina ye.
A real
By numerous na my phone ring.
Love film for today. Multimedia for today.
We see chum name.
Hey.
Quophi. I'm the boss. So for playing a brakra.
Hit.
But meant to be a man.
Wango.
Meant to me, yes, a manko.
When you're home.
We treat him well.
I don't know what day.
We treat him will be a that when you're to mess.
We.
Jack and I just am quite dribbling yet.
It's Saturday now.
I'm going to go.
Saturday now when nebo drive or fox.
Me buy na a wide.
Why didn't know? Okay.
Yeah, but don't say those days na no more yeah.
Lunch near, you know.
No, more. There was a company. Was it Jopo?
Yeah, Jopo, yeah. Yeah, Jopo, yes.
And they were not pulling.
Okay.
They were not pulling. So the drive was a little empty.
Okay.
So, and their morning show was very strong. Their after drive was very strong.
The after drive had, was it Candyman?
No, Bia Nebo. The person, Magic Sam.
Magic Sam.
Yes. DJ Magic
Senior
Sam.
man.
And it was loud.
Senior
So
man.
they just needed to fix the drive.
Okay.
So when I came, then I cleared everything and reshaped the whole show.
So that is where the Sakrama driver came in.
That is where I created the Sakrama driver.
Idea ne
Fox. Sakrama is Fox. So it's the Foxy driver.
Oh, okay. Sakrama driver. Oh. Jingle.
And that is Kwame Bayanchamfo's voice.
Ah.
Yeah.
NCA Kwamba.
On the year.
Oh, senior.
Oh, Teletubbies. The whole idea was from Teletubbies. That's Kwame Bayanchamfo, yeah.
Senior Michachao. Michama pardon.
The boss general.
Sakrama driver.
Yeah. Kwame was Okyeame's manager when we were away.
Oh,
in Yebedu, Ghana, Kwame Nebeshia airport. And so we had that rapport and everything. So through the deal, he was there.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So Fox FM days. So morning.
I thought himself Kwame name was a radio person.
My name's a radio.
Kwame is a morning show host. Sunyane's one of Sunyane's biggest morning show hosts.
My name that.
Onka nchiro da. Kwame Bayanchamfo. Onka.
My senior man pao.
Yeah.
So morning we had Kwame Dinkra. Now mid morning Flash. Flash mid morning. Now lunch.
Okay.
Make a Fox lineup no. Now Kwame Dinkra. Lunch now one lunch. Flash lunch.
No. Me call Fox FM. It was Kwame Dinkra morning. Mid morning was Frankie Taylor. No, Frankie Taylor was African Express.
African Express.
A little later in the day, there was a guy. Was it Joe something?
Joe Amin. Yeah.
Joe Amin was doing mid morning.
Before Flash.
Flash was a later day thing.
Your Papa Krachi.
And this is me and the tone.
Oh, fine.
I did that jingle.
Okay. Wow. So from Fox, realize said there was some mass exodus being so win the be even boy.
Me Fox me feed there. It was a company decision.
Okay.
Yeah, BA. Me so the BA station I near them cool.
So BA system.
Yeah, BA Hot FM Wakra.
Okay.
But I recruited 2 people because Kapi trusted my into the Edumani Mami. Okay. So first I sent Spinach.
Okay.
To come to Accra because Spinach was sounding like me on Ash FM at that time. And he was my friend. So when the opportunity came, I said that, Masa, you're ready in a contract.
Okay.
But those are no a laid back kaka on yashi. It has a boya or but he was too fine for a starter. You know, who starter you need
rowdy guy.
Yeah. So basically, Spinach couldn't. And a capisi no. Yem push you be so I also suggested Ruta.
Okay.
Kwesinyako. Then Kwesinyako also came to hold the front. Still.
Now hitting in court is open.
and a Kapisi Masa. Kumasi had the Ufi ha. There's another guy who also sounds exactly like you, which is Big Shaq.
Okay.
Intimate me Big Shaq akasanwa ba be hold the was starting.
Naka wabakra.
Inti kone feja kugumu ona akra Abeku Santana or had.
Now Abeku destroy territory.
Abeku had the terrain 100% because of Adom, and he had done it, Chen Kuma and all those things. So he was
okay, yo.
Yeah. So I had to go back to the drawing board. Then I had to listen to what Adom was doing at that time and devise a means to get around it. And then the man relocated back, right?
Okay. Until then, yes, what break Kumasi?
Nana me yeswa.
Okay, so that's
it was a perfect opportunity.
And two years away there, and to penalty fee.
And now from Melbourne,
I was away the freestyle.
And I'm saying, "Kriya uncle."
Them
and a pam. Tia Bayern. Oh, name where there.
Sometimes not competition here, Adom.
Oh, and a hot to buy.
And a hot to be shame.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Oh, and we had it. So now, I beg, and then I make her say, we are sure. Means to say, I'm off the mic. So I beg, no preaching.
Okay.
Me and I'm a preacher. If you're not making kind of Bible, those days. Ain't he? Me hear the animals no. And talk about any talk like it.
I know a day.
And also we're thinking that I want to so you need a much bigger heat.
Yeah.
So I sat the CEO down. I'm like, for this to work, this is what we need. There was Joshua Kasvosa.
Yes.
Who was on Capital Radio.
Yes.
His depth and knowledge in Bible was crazy over the roof.
Yeah.
I'm catching a capisa young cover, Brad Joshua. Niyam fani me share time a beku starting. O preaching on him preach.
Nafi
This is planning. He was much more deeper than Abeku. He is a reverend minister proper. So you can imagine. Into Uriya. Then I called something commercial free drive. So Brad Joshua Uriya, me betena why I don't even introduce the show. Big music drive with liners.
Okay.
Commercial free drive. Commercial free drive. And then we gather all the listeners into trotros and taxis.
More music.
And so the concert will be brim with the LPMs and stuff. Then the segmentations will come.
Okay.
Those were the times I created that radio political party with Kwame Amo and those people. For the people enjoyment.
Okay. What be Piakra?
And I'm also not changing or more drive time, start times. And you started for. If they moved and started at 2.
Because we were heating and everything.
Oh, Jesus.
Also,
sorry, one very fine afternoon. Because sorry, Jibe, I don't know if you know Jibe. At that time, he was a program something.
For Adom.
Yeah, he was working with that. He came to Adabraka, looked at it and said, Master, why?
Then
are you making my work so difficult?
And then
I'm also doing my job. Oh, those times were beautiful. The competition was heavy.
But not peace. That one a peace. People not peace. Competitive.
It was in competition, but it was I think the later part of Fifi Bansi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but all say hot FM buying. Yeah. We went to sew jackets for bonnets.
Okay.
Commercial car bonnet. Instead of saying this stick a better car, the bonnet is shaped, the hood, leather hood with hot FM on it, the shape bonnet in this.
Heat.
So we branded a lot of cars in Accra. It made it look very big.
He created a perception.
Yeah.
Say, Quophi bi wo ho.
Yes.
Mo hwe o mo kira kwan.
Inti no. Later,
About for say be picky here.
oh, yeah, Michelle.
So did you guys have time a switch from a move from Adom to that? Were you still on hot?
No.
So that time you were free.
Quophi Adom eba okay.
Okay, no.
No, nah, me feel
You were
hot.
free or
Me feel hot. Asan ba be
hit.
My be hit. I hit drive. Asan be
Hit money. Daybreak it.
Yeah.
It's the time Ben up sab call no sab by be mouse I come multimedia course. But I'm thinking time I never say come multimedia and I want you might have left.
I fell out with Hot FM during Adakabre's tenure.
Okay.
Adakabre fi Adom ba. Adakabre was a morning show host at Adom, and it was loud.
Yeah.
And I think he fell out with them to Onoba Hot.
About
and they gave him a general manager position. And we did not agree on a lot of things. His ideologies, mine.
Radio Moon and 70 bin.
Well, with their channel. So I went to Kapi. I told him, listen, this thing will not work. But I didn't give him the chance because Kapi will not. Kapi, aside everything, he's more like family, you know. But I had to tell him that I was going back to school. And LF. LF.
Born LF.
LF. And no pen a man need you too. So that time can we renew my contract, scanner but fresh. So I took the money.
and I was me school.
I took the money back to Kapi. I was furious. I don't want to get into those matters. I don't want to get into that. I was furious. I'm like, I can't work with the station again, so that's your money. Kapi just looked at me and said, where do you mean? Now, kwasi afọ krafa music and what
they are baby?
Why am mommy? Fuck off.
What's the first kind of call?
Oh, he just fuck off. Commander ya Abraham. Me wa as we win about finance na me mfa krata anima.
Wow.
Yeah, but I never went back.
Wow.
That's Kapi for you.
Wow.
Into me continue fear I'm running. I had started my company, so I'm running things.
Sometimes now we hear TV commercials, radio commercials, M-Clan running
those music videos and all
BBR.
of those things was happening.
Great. At the time when I decided,
Rudy Quophi, who had become the program's manager, called me and said, "Master, I'm here or more now. They mean the over to mine." Nah,
the rudimental.
May drive time me who's going to be fixing man.
Okay.
So I went to multimedia as a service provider because I wasn't ready to work with anybody again.
Okay.
Because of my last experience. So I was a service provider. I come, I do the job. You give me what is due me.
Simple.
Done. I'm not part of your staff.
Yeah.
I don't
staff meeting family home.
And they agreed. And then who was on the drive when I got there was Kwame B.
Okay.
Was it? I think
Kwame
so.
B, yeah.
I think so.
And is it Black Arrow?
No. Kwame was on the morning.
Kwame
was on the morning. Because after I fixed the drive and he began to work, then they said, well, they feel like Kwame is strong enough to come and hold the drive. I should go and fix the morning.
Okay.
That's how come when I took the morning, it was Hits in the Morning. That's what they were calling them.
Hits in the Morning.
Then we redesigned the whole show and brought it to Daybreak Hits.
Okay.
And rebranded it and everything. Myself, what's the lady's name? A very, very, very intelligent young lady.
Is she with multimedia still?
No, she also left. Afija, and that's not Afija. Oh, the name will come. It will come. If she's watching this show, she will kill me.
So we're ready to make finity.
And then yes, about that. So it was myself. Her, it was almost co-hosting, and then Najeli, well, now, yeah,
Ajele
yeah, now Ajele Doku was there.
Oh, my
And
sweet
then,
sister, Boo Boo.
the TV3 three music guy, Baba Sadiq.
Sadiq.
Sadiq was my
Honorable.
producer. Yeah, honorable, almost honorable now. Sadiq was my producer with DJ Hagler.
Mr. Hagler.
Mr. Hagler still there. And then we ran the whole show.
Wow.
Her name is Afi. Her name is Afi, but not
Jakwasu.
It's Afi Jakwasu. That's the name.
Okay.
I got it right.
Okay. So he had this team on Daybreak.
Yeah, Afi Jakwasu. That's her name. Yeah.
And it's a format now. I mean, with all the segmentation and all that.
No. We revamped the whole idea with Rudy Kwache and the team.
So what was it before? What was the type of content and that Daybreak hits here?
It was still entertainment driven. Remember, a whole lot of people came to handle that show. The hits in the morning. Was it Jeremy at the point?
Jeremy, we hosted here.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard her. And I Linus no Yama. But Jay Foley was there.
Really?
Jay Foley handled it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the early days. There was a guy, Joe Enusin.
Yes. Enusin, senior man.
Was on hits in the morning.
Senior man.
Yeah. For a long time, he was handling it before I think he went back to Takrady and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
So your stint with multimedia for that period lasted how many years?
When I went back to multimedia from FP Communications, I think I was there for 3 years, 4 years.
Okay, so
roughly.
Okay, so were you around the time that Nana Kwame, Showman, Knuckles? Oh, okay.
I didn't meet Knuckles there.
Oh,
Me, I had Knuckles on YFM.
Oh, okay.
That's my stint with him, even on air, not in person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know about Knuckles from YFM.
Okay, not from the Hits FM days.
Not from the Hits FM days.
Oh, okay. So at what point? So from Hits FM, what point now umuvu here? SRCO beam in media, or you decided to lay low?
After Hits FM, my whole mind was, that's why I took the office at the Kukumlim lately.
Okay.
Well, it was when I was when I saw them putting up the building. So we took some of the shops, we meaning my wife and I.
Yeah.
So I was up, she was down. We started a boutique, blah, 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 blah. I was running the multimedia company up there. And my concentration was definitely on growing M-Clan as a business. So I wasn't really keen on radio.
The radio bit of it.
You know, when you do something for so long, it becomes secondhand to you. You're just like, I can do it any day. So
and said I
didn't hear me. And I mean your cash, sorry. And said that hear me. But fans know. You told kind oh man, it will always bring that feeling that, oh, let me serve my people. And I know so then I had a friend in London who's Dr. Mark. Dr. Makama. And apparently he had gotten a license and he wanted me to do all the audio branding for the station.
Okay.
Which is Rainbow Radio.
Rainbow, okay.
And he was telling me about his ideas. He was also very, very excited. He was going to run a station from London to Ghana. And basically his idea was to pipe.
Okay.
All the programs are going to come from London and this and then I'm Emfa. Me, I'm giving you free consultation. I deal with a usually Magiska, but the old can end your What do me jingles, mammy?
So that was when you started with Rainbow Radio.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I did the branding for him, everything. I washed my hands off. Then one day he's like, it's why didn't I want my boy me and answer say? And I'm saying, my boy me 245. Send me 245. That means I say me near Daji because today I'm on this location, the next day I'm on the other location. So make to me, I could probably pick some 2 hours in the afternoon and I'll just come and play music and talk for you. So they call London. Into Ghana for home. And the place was nice, Adabraka, on top of some tall building with elevators and stuff.
Wow. Steve's womb.
Steve's womb. So then you be Dr. Mark. And I say, okay, what you no man. So I'll go there, I'll talk. I just play music I like because, you know, you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
Now, Otsi Abontia no kind of now who you correct? Nipa now no baba no awkward. Unim. Because I'm not in London, so he doesn't really know. He knows I do branding and those stuff, but he doesn't know my radio shows.
Yes. And how big they were and all that.
I can't see from them. I can't see from them. Into the DJ Biffy London by DJ Force. And I near bought drive time, man.
Okay.
Na Quophi, and Force wanted to go to Quophi.
Okay.
And asked me to sit in for him here.
Okay.
And I started an exercise.
Two ball.
Intimate. I said, me starting show in 15 minutes now. Very 20 minutes. Now London for any friends. Now what we know we're here.
Mama. What do you research? Uncle you then
me Poaching I'm going to Dr. Mark friend. No say
Intina na wo catch every say.
Man, no matter, sir. I miss me you move. It is easy showing why you akaw. Nam se masa. Ichi abod na keka.
How are you bedili?
Because this is like taking somebody's job.
Yeah.
And it had happened at Love FM before.
Okay.
When Kofi Kundosin took a break and they made me go to the morning, Dusty Wayne wanted me to stay in the morning.
Now, quite so I could you be a juma.
And Tianono say, Tagashi se meja edumanu because Dusty was like, if it's not the morning show, you are fired. And I stayed home.
Wow.
Because my father didn't think it was prudent
okay.
at that point to do that.
Mamibusa asked a question. As a media guy, at what point would you decide, or what point should one decide to leave a radio station?
One of the reasons I loved radio is the fact that I could do it a lifetime. That you don't ever get old.
Yeah.
Even if you are 90 and you can talk, you can still do radio.
Yeah. So
to walk away and tie it to a particular age, no. But you grow out of it.
You grow out of radio?
Yeah.
Okay.
You grow out of it. Well, I'm talking from experience. That it becomes monotonous in a way.
Yeah.
Until you feel like it's too repetitive. I'm tired. I want to take a rest. This is the reason for my long rest sometimes.
Okay, why do you take it?
Yeah, the drive, you lose the drive. It's like,
I hear some way, my man trachen kakra.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no one was to say I'm here.
Say what break kakra.
And ya makono or quine be as I'm dite. There be a woman beba.
A woman na asaba back.
A woman was and then even yamin crofobia castle, you know.
Yeah.
Say yes Canada so sana what with me what doing them.
See Jabi.
What say?
Jabi kushinda.
Maintain as a
me mic no.
As a communication.
Mo share am you came from amena.
Say Jabi body have them need to me back.
It be back.
But
okay, but when a typical radio setting, yeah, need staff be a juma. And me a victim of that. I mean, there are times that we were radio station where I feel, Charlie, I say I don't fit in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have that feeling that I don't belong here.
That feeling in America, politics ne man and woman so na ade na wo ye no.
As Nkofo baby no more discuss o.
Eno aside that no cry no show now running no. You need some level of competition to take.
Yeah.
But we show near number one. It's like there's nothing to kill for. Nah, yeah,
okay.
And And a backbiters no so ɛwɔ na deɛ woyɛ no ɔmo ntimi nyɛ.
Susupon.
Susupɔnfoɔ no. Deɛ woyɛ no free hɔ ɔmo ntimi nyɛ so ɔmpɛ sɛ wo free hɔ. Ɔmo so ɔmo yɛ sa me gya ne ntem me gya ma ntem pa.
Why encounter bi?
Bebree. Now, so what? If you don't encounter those things, you don't grow as a person. You don't grow.
How do you handle them? May I fight? May me two blow?
No.
May me two blow? Me boy assume.
And your mom, let what you're doing beat them.
Okay.
Conscience, physically, spiritually. Let them rant, but they themselves will come back and tell you that. But I do all you so dear. Ojakwa will be intimate. So you beat them with the
work
with the work that you're doing. And me, every time I've gotten a contract to execute, I do 3 times what you expect. It's not because I love you as an employer, because I'm digging a deeper hole that when I leave, it will be hard for you to fill. That's my trademark. I kill myself to do my job. Period.
That's deep.
If you give me a conducive environment, I will function. If you make it a problem for me, I will leave it for you.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be a bear.
Me busa sadi we won't say because my time and near to taste our stories of a man 4 to 2, a man 4 drew new radio money at the because it was radio was huge in Kumasi.
O mama who he
yet near to this handsome no.
O mama who he the man can
a bunny in a tofa.
Yeah, there's been times I'm in Nama. I remember I was driving from Adabraka home, Nama Pont, Hot FM. Then I got a call. This is 2012, I think. And 2009, 2010.
Okay.
Only a friend Okyeame Quophi me say nyaw na wo Hot FM wo bo drive time me say me tie o me ne me mani nyina ye tie o me pe wasem pa. I'm say okay. Me no me ye dru me catch role play. Me ye dru obi do aba.
Wow.
But me pe wasem. Ena me fra wa catch hwe ho yi me nyo kapre me nyu sidi me hia o kapre me hia o sidi. Do ase me nya ne me nya. Ba bia no de akoba bi foforo nipa ne de na wakoye. Plain, just like that. Me to say say.
We embassy bra.
Enya me yam ngwa me na ho nyina hye. Just like that. I parked the car. I couldn't move for the next 30 minutes. I'm like, what? Minti akwaku minti akwabna me yam adwuma. You get it? Into a mama ho ehi. Into Bombay.
Or success in radio, ube attributing it today.
I'm a Gemini. I'm a natural communicator.
Okay.
It's in my character trait.
Okay.
Tiano.
Energies no.
The energies are there. But you have to be well read. Me, I read every material I lay my hands on.
Okay.
Adia michi wo radio no so obetnase. No be befro, no baby so asem now you don't have an idea what the person is talking about. It makes you come across as weak. I'll read a bit of politics.
Okay.
I deal with Coxtamaklo in a chair. Coxty. A beer will be a yamin shad. Also, whatever material you lay your hands on. A da will be pull that from your memory for a purpose, you'll be shocked. And true to his words, it's happened to me a million times in the industry.
There are times you've had to recall certain things that you've read.
Somebody will say something and will connect to some useless material I read while sitting on the toilet.
Na edi wo ho.
And that's where the knowledge is from.
Akwana no throw exams a. Okosua cow. Okoy na grass na ato.
Charlie.
Say cows eat grasses. At
Therefore,
this point, one may ask,
what is grass?
I don't know. I started bobo na eat.
Edi. But change the question, Abanidi. So you have to be well read. You have to be alacrity. You have to be ready. You have to understand your environment, the community in which you live. Baby, in somewhere you
need to embrace the time.
Yes, you need to invest time. You need to listen.
So what has changed our media landscape? Because as we get to the final part of your conversation, there's this new media versus traditional media conversation. Now,
new media being social,
and then traditional media, we're talking about the print, television and radio. Conversation now hinges on the dominating factor to the quest for views, and these are ideas that are on social, different school of thoughts. The quest for views, likes, have also pushed traditional media to the extent that ethics have been relegated to the background. These
are responding to the audience.
They are
what the people want to hear.
Some are also of the view that, look, traditional media is dying. I mean, radio is dead. TV is dead.
I'll tell you this for a fact.
Different ideas.
My man in 10 years, it's likely to happen before 10 years.
Okay.
Radio will fizzle out.
Record.
In the next 5 years, they will feel the heat.
Okay.
Mark it and keep this tape.
Mafa and the date,
Okay. It will begin to fizzle out. Not because people cannot perform again, but the revenue sources will begin to close. It's going to be centralized and it's going to be controlled by the outside.
Okay.
It won't be internal anymore. What Google has started gradually will gather every revenue that comes, that feeds the radio stations and keeps them running. Every company, because of data and analytics, they are going to pay their money to Google.
Okay.
For them to run their ads, because we are all now glued to phones.
Okay.
And it's audiovisual.
Higher reach.
The information dissemination is easier. It gets directly to the person, and it takes when the person engages.
Reliable information about usage.
You can tell how many men are listening to you, how many women are listening to you, which age bracket is your model age, and what are you receiving, and all of that is just at the click of a button.
All this information available.
Now, there's a rescue point. Radio is going to move from all of these crazy 5K transmitters and stuff like that. It's going to need transmission, but it's going to be digitalized, just like television has become. Digital terrestrial.
Yeah.
It's going to go there, and it's going to be a new kind of radio. But one radio station can broadcast to the world. And it's not going to be a radio station that people will wake up, dress up, and say, I'm going to work. You have your time, you have your equipment at home, you send a signal
and they receive it in the
network.
Simple.
That is the next level. Market. The personalities are the ones that everything is going to be about.
Okay.
I'm prophesying.
Preach! What these shall come.
It will be about, I listen to this, not I listen to that station.
Okay.
I listen to this person. I listen to this person on topical issues. I listen to this person on entertainment reportage. I listen to this person on that.
Okay.
And that's how they are going to make their money. It has started. with YouTube pages.
Content on demand.
VOD.
So appointment listening.
And the beautiful thing about it is you can listen at your own time. It's video on demand. You don't have to listen in real time. So when you miss a show, you've missed it.
Yeah.
No. But who say I started? Now the radio stations are looking for social media numbers.
Yeah.
Or to who are you in a broadcast?
There is Facebook or YouTube.
And they feel like it's amplifying. No, it's not. It's killing the business. It's killing the whole process.
Can it be stopped? Can this process be stopped? And bound to happen?
It's bound to happen. It's a natural phenomenon. Masa, SW.
Shortwave.
Used to be the thing. Yara yang kunkunku. When do you be the home? Kobi saman kwampof. Catch you. SW used to be the thing, and then FM came and took over. So what makes you think it's going to last forever?
Because, so I mean, argument for shortwave and FM, stability and more clearer transmission.
So I'm telling you about a new digital device which is coming, which has started outside the country, which is yet to DAB, digital audio broadcasters.
I think so much started cry. I put you a couple of radio stations on.
Ewa himfa.
Ewa Ghana hakra.
Oh, you are?
Okay. So with the DAB handsets, I know the way to store content in your house also and then play it back. You don't even need to be in Kumasi. You can listen to radio stations.
But you don't realize that podcasting is a new form of radio?
I know Echoes is here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ninyena transmitter omebeja ye kra.
Omebeja transmitter. Ready. Transmitter jafobwa.
Wazu TV yashio.
Yes, antenna
no broadcasting 5K now. Main transmitter has any amount 1K support.
Me say yes.
What's the profile from? Yeah,
Yes, nsu akojina antenna nim.
Charlie.
Light in the film. Me da senior. I mean, wonderful.
Hey, me obia mamin Sanchez said that DJ Slim.
Legend Bakupe. Thanks so much. I mean, I said.
Wakasa omo battery nyinashi.
Legendary Quophi Okyeame Medasi. It's a wonderful conversation. I enjoyed every bit of it. Enjoyment in tin and then me was
yeah.
Person be knowledge in
unya inside fella no.
Unya inside fella because I'm stuck between two generations, right?
Yeah.
Me am OG, me am Gen Z, and my finfi.
But you know this is the best time to be alive.
For real.
In the history of the world.
For real.
Our generation. Masa, how many people saw the end of one millennium to another?
David,
we have seen that. The Y2K.
Yeah,
we saw that.
Yeah.
We saw the century change.
Yes.
From the 20th to the 21st century.
Yes.
We've seen it with our naked eyes. Yehu eclipse. Yehu earthquakes.
Bibia biu.
The yatro book community bawe and I'm say also. You get it?
Yeah.
And then I'll bet you.
Yeah, who be BB with this side? Syria, thanks a lot. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for honoring my invitation.
Millennium time, and then I'm trying to Akolabi. Time my Y2K na dear chin.
Na computer, it's a computer.
Remember the government did some fireworks at the Independence Square. We were there. There was a huge concert. Chairman, Lord Kenya, Reggie, or Bravo. Everybody was there.
Okay.
To celebrate the new
Y2K,
millennium.
yeah.
Bruh. Akolabi said, Daddy, this is beautiful. Can you bring me next millennium?
Can you
bring me next millennium?
And
Papa was not even Metusala Kusiris. That's the best time to be alive.
Amazing, man. So head straight into the comment section. We have a link posted over there. Legend Quophi Okyeame has a podcast going on. Amazing. I've been there. We try some episode never drop.
Sharp. Eba. O friend me and I'm saying me didn't quite say yourself. Say you try big who. And the legends no say
hit
who do oh. Do me too.
Me try some video bedroom. So we'll
Most
post the link.
definite,
Yeah, we'll post the link in the comment section. Go check it out. Amazing stuff over there. I enjoyed. I've watched actually 3 of them. I've watched you with Felicia Say.
Oh.
I've watched you and Kobe Che and you and this TikToker. I mean, the behind me Infinity.
I've done a few TikTok.
Is it
Jacqueline?
Jacqueline,
Mensa?
yeah, Jacqueline.
Yeah,
Mensa.
Jacqueline was fun.
Yeah, wonderful.
She made it fun.
Wonderful session. So
30 questions
yes,
on YouTube.
30
check
questions.
It out.
Yeah, go and check it out. Yes, it is what it is. My name is DJ Slim. It's all about comment section where I keep it real because the street is always what? Watching.